Hey there, welcome to our kitchen. I'm Jenny, and this is Lauren, and we're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Today we are cooking up some comfort food.
That's right. We're using our Instant Pot to make one of my favorite meals, mac and cheese.
Yes, and the Instant Pot makes this so quick and easy.
Yes, one pot, which is super, super nice.
Yeah, and let's get started on our pasta. So we are using a whole wheat elbow macaroni today, so that classic mac and cheese shape. You're just going to dump this entire box into the Instant Pot insert.
And the reason that we're using whole wheat is because it stands up better in the Instant Pot. So you definitely could use a white pasta, but we prefer to use the whole wheat.
Yes. And feel free to use any shape you would like, too. We just chose the classic elbow shape. Next, we're going to add in some vegetable broth. So we have some unsalted vegetable broth. We're going to use the entire quart.
With this, you could substitute water. It may not be quite as flavorful, which is why we're using the vegetable broth or stock. You could also use chicken broth or stock as well if you have that on hand instead.
Yeah. All right, and to even bump up the flavor some more, we have some onion powder, garlic powder, and some dry mustard.
Feel free to play around too with the amounts of these and really just season to taste.
And then let's do a little salt and pepper. Lots of really simple, kind of family-friendly flavors in here.
Yes.
And then just a little bit of butter, 2 tablespoons. I'm going to give this a good stir to get those spices mixed in. And then we can seal up the Instant Pot. So, let's see. All right, so I'm making sure that the valve is set to sealing, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn it on manual and set it for 5 minutes. And so it'll take some time to build up pressure, but after it cooks for 5 minutes, we are going to let the pressure naturally release for 10 minutes before releasing the rest of the pressure manually.
So while that's cooking, we're going to get working on our cheese. So right here we have our food processor, and we're going to use this as a way to shred our cheese manually today. So typically, a lot of people, when they're making mac and cheese, will just use a pre-shredded cheese, which is completely fine. However, usually that pre-shredded cheese has an anti-caking agent on it, so that prevents it from melting really well, which is why we're going to shred our own today. So we're using the food processor, but you could certainly use just like a hand grater would work as well. So we are using our, thank you, we need that after. This is mozzarella cheese, so we're using 4 ounces of that.
So quick and easy.
Yes, and then we're going to put in 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. So simple. So from here, I'm going to take our cover off. Sometimes you'll have a couple cheese pieces that...
Good for eating.
Yes. And I'm just going to toss this in our bowl and wait until our mac and cheese is done cooking.
All right, so our pasta is all cooked. We let the pressure naturally release for 10 minutes and then manually release the rest of the pressure. So now it's just on warm, and it looks awesome. So let's get our sauce going. So the first step is to add in a little more liquid. We're going to do about a 1/4 cup of milk to start.
And when you open the Instant Pot, you should have some liquid left in there, some water or broth or whatever you have used. So don't drain that. Yes. You want to leave that in there.
You need it to build that delicious sauce. All right, so now we can add in the cheese about a handful at a time.
Yes.
So we're just doing a little bit at a time because we want to make sure that we have enough time to kind of get all that cheese nice and melty. And if you add all the cheese in at once, it won't melt that well.
Yes, and that's when it will just kind of clump. So we want to make sure we
incorporate
spread it out. We want every noodle to have lots of good cheese on it.
That is the best part, right?
Definitely.
All right, so we can do a little more. I love the blend of cheddar and mozzarella. So good.
Feel free to play around with your favorite types of cheese. We chose cheddar, extra sharp, and mozzarella. But if you have a favorite cheese you love to use, feel free. I'm sure it would be delicious.
I bet pepper jack would be so good in this.
Ooh, that would be really good.
All right, should we get the rest of the cheese in? Yum. All right, so at this point, once all of your cheese is incorporated, we want to get a little more milk in. And you're just slowly adding milk until it kind of reaches your desired consistency. So we tested this recipe a couple times, and once we used about a half cup of extra milk, another time we used almost that full cup. So it really depends.
Yes. So like Jenny mentioned, just keep adding until you get that desired consistency.
Ooh, so cheesy. Oh, we can't forget the Parmesan either.
Yeah, so we're using some grated Parmesan. You stir that in. I'll add the rest. That adds a lot of really good flavor, too.
It's kind of like a stronger flavor.
Yes. Mac and cheese is really all about the cheese.
Exactly.
As we know.
Yum. This looks great.
All right. Time to give this a try.
So this is really such a simple meal, and you could definitely eat it with a side of veggies or just mix some veggies right in here.
Yes, I love peas in my mac and cheese.
Yes.
So good. I love that Parmesan.
Perfectly cheesy.
Yum.
Well, we hope you give this easy Instant Pot mac and cheese recipe a try.
And to get this recipe on your phone, text cheese to 78402.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit bestfoods.com.